Hey, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Tim.
I'm Rod.
And today we're taking a look at IceCool. This plays 2 to 4 people in about 30 minutes. It was sent to us by Brain Games, and Brian Gomez is the designer. So in IceCool, you are flicking penguins, trying to catch fish, and trying not to be caught, right?
By the catcher.
By the catcher, which is also a penguin.
Yes.
So this is a dexterity game, and it's a box inside a box. So let's take a look and see what's in the boxes.
What is the box?
What is the box? Okay, so this is what you get in the box with IceCool. Rod, do you want to talk about the components?
Sure. First of all, your boards are your boxes, and they all fit within each other, which is pretty cool. So,
Box in a box.
Exactly. So you can't mess them up or anything. You did it. And the pieces that you have, other than the boards themselves, are the little. Are these plastic or wood?
Wood.
They are wood.
Yeah.
I feel like plastic, huh? Anyway, they're meant here to clamp the pieces together, and then you have your penguins, and they've got little weights in them, and they look like they're going to hold up with a bunch of flicking.
They're the Weeble. What are they called? Weebles wobble.
But they don't fall down.
They won't fall down.
A Weemaway?
And then you have cards, and the cards are just your standard cards. They've got some numbers and some artwork that represents the penguins and food and so on. So you have your ID and so on. So when it comes to the parts, very functional. It's great that it all packs up into the boxes are stacked right into each other.
That's a cool feature, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty neat with how they have it set up.
Yeah, because like when you put it out, it's huge, right? But then it all packs back up.
Exactly. It's really nice.
Okay.
Good game design.
Yeah, and I feel like it's quality for what you get. I mean, the artwork is everywhere. It goes up the sides, and so when you put it all together, it just looks like one big thing.
Sure.
So, okay. So, Tim, tell us about the rules to IceCool. How hard or easy is it to learn this game?
As you could probably imagine from the look of this game, it is not difficult to learn. And don't be fooled by this thick instruction booklet because it's got different languages in here for the instructions. It's actually really quick. It just gives you diagrams of like the flicks, whatever that you need to learn to play it. And the rules are real quick. And I like how in this it has the rules for the first lap. Because a lot of these dexterity games are just like, all right, now it's time to play, whatever, and you start playing. But in this one, it's like everybody gets a test lap beforehand to really get...
Because you'll need it.
Yeah.
You'll need it. You will need it.
So it does a real great job. Like, it's pictures of everything and tells you exactly how to put this together. Because this only goes together one way. And it's important that you get it right and lined up. Because if you don't line it up just right, then the doors will block your penguins.
And that won't be good. Okay, so let's talk about how you play IceCool, and then you can figure out if this is a dexterity game that you want to pick up. So at the beginning of the game, you are going to, there's a little yellow dot here, and everybody, like Tim said, you're just going to take a lap around the thing, because the basic idea is you're going to be flicking your penguin around, and there's 3 basic moves, right? So there's a move where you can flick, if you flick, which is a cool saying, and I cannot do it, but
you just did it.
If you flick the top of him,
you just did it.
He can jump and you can jump over. Or then there's another one where, like, if you just push on the side of the penguin where you want him to go, and I'm not good at it, but if you push on that side, then he'll like roll that way, you know. So that's one, and then the other one is just like a scooter, right? You just like scooting it across or something. So, but anyway, so you're going to be flicking your penguin around, and the basic premise is you want to go through these doors, and if you get your guy through the door, then you will randomly draw a card that could have points on it. So there might be 3, 2, 1 on the card, and then that's it. So you take your little guy off, and you say, okay, I got my thing there, and then you keep going around, and you want to go through each one of these doors. Every time you go through a door, you get to draw a new card, and then at the end of the game, you'll take different rounds, and at the end of the game, who has the most points wins. So there's the basic loose idea behind the game. But one person will be the catcher, right? And so everybody else starts over here on the yellow red dot, but then the catcher comes on this other side. And so as you're trying to go through these, the catcher is trying to hit your penguin. And so if he touches your penguin, then he takes your penguin license and you're out of the round that time, and you can't catch any more fish. And so if he hits you early on, then you could miss out on like 9 potential points that round. And so everybody takes a turn being the catcher, right? And that's the game?
Yep.
Yeah, and so then that's it. And so the fun aspects to it are when you flick it and you don't think you're going to get anybody, but then he's wailing right there, you know, and then he barely makes it over there and touches him, and then he's out or whatever. So
or he touches multiple people.
Yeah, that happened.
That's the best when it spins around and just hits everyone.
Well, you got 3 of us that one time. Like you flicked it and it kept going and boom, boom, boom. And we cheered and we thought it was awesome, you know. So that's the whole game, right?
Well, that's the one thing I noticed about these, what do you call these, dexterity games? Is what we call them? You know, lately, like with Flick 'em, and then we had, what was the...
Class.
Class.
Well, it's not really.
I mean, they're pretty exciting. I mean, they all got these just little things. And all you're doing is these simple little things in the game, but there's just a blast. Everybody gets into it, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, so half of it is learning how to do it, you know, because you're learning how to flick the guy, and then you get frustrated because you can't, but then you do it right, and then you cheer when you get it right. It's so much fun. So,
and then when somebody just slides right on past you, whatever, you're like,
and then you feel bad for the guy that can't get out of the corner. You know, he keeps flicking it, you know, stuff like that. But they do have these little red squares or rectangles in the middle, and if your guy gets in the corner, you can move him out to the red line so you can flick better and stuff like that.
A couple good things really about this game is that it's every age. So, kids obviously are going to love this, and adults love it too. So it is definitely a great family game.
I don't think we played with any kids.
I played with mine. And
okay.
They actually loved it. I've got a 5-year-old and 3-year-old. They couldn't really get it all the way, you know, but they just like flicking it, you know, and they tried. When I showed them that you could jump with them, then it was over. Then that's all they wanted to do was like try to flick it, which they couldn't, but it was still fun for them. And we ended up playing some of the game. You know, I had to water it down, but we ended up playing some, and they could get their fish, and they were excited about that. So
very cool.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the end of our reviews, we like to do a simple 1-die rating. Should you buy it, play it, or hate it? So green means go buy this game and add it to your collection. White means maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it. And then red means you wouldn't buy it and you wouldn't play it because you hate it. So we're going to get our die rating.
I'm already ready.
Ready? And reveal! Green, green, green! It's a 3 green. Dexterity and abstract seems to be our 3 green.
I know. It's the games you would never expect us to pick.
Never. Okay, so tell us why you gave it a green.
Because it covers all things. I mean, it can get pretty competitive if you're playing with the guys. And then the whole family can play it.
Yeah. And
I'm not sure how much it is, but I'm sure it's not going to be that expensive of a game. It just fits all the categories I like. And then the nice thing about it is I think it's going to hold up a long time. I don't think it's going to fall apart too easily. I think it's just a well-made game, well-designed, and it'll just keep competitive.
It's fun, man. You set this up on the table, and people are going to stop by and see what it is, and you're flicking penguins, and they rotate.
We had those people walking by and watching us as we were playing it and stuff, you know, so it was pretty neat.
Oh, yeah. I told my boy, we got a penguin game. He's like, I'm in. And you get to flick them. So what about you, Tim? Why do you give it a green?
I think it's got that catch, that hook, in it, where it's like as soon as you finish, you're like, I could do better. I can do this again, whatever. I'm not going to get caught this time. I'm not going to lose a round, like get hit the first time, whatever. So there's that hook that keeps getting you, and you think about it after you finish playing, like you want to play again.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I could do better. This time I'm going to make it around.
Yeah.
And they have a video on their website where the guy flicks it just perfect, you know, and it goes all the way around. So I keep thinking I'm going to learn how to do that.
Yeah, right. It's like take 90. He's like,
let's shoot the commercial again. But anyway, so all right. Well, thanks so much to Brain Games for sending that to us. We were pumped to get this one. I know it was big at Gen Con this year, and so go online, check it out, and see if this is a game that you want to buy. So as always,
support your local hobby shop.
Woo! Okay, so are you playing?
Yeah, go ahead. Next, getting off that line.
Yeah, just gotta start there. I'm flicking it right away. All right, you can go this way.
The cool thing is, like, with less people, then it's like,
right over the top.
then you get to more people, get more turns to catch them.
Hey, I get a card.
You already took your fish.
I didn't mean to. I got 3, baby. Oh, you don't know that. Now come for us.
Oh, maybe I'll just do that.
Wah, wah, wah.